Now, despite voters legalizing sports betting in November, Missouri will miss out on gambling revenue generated by the Super Bowl one last time. When the Super Bowl kicks off on Sunday, it'll be 98 days since sports betting was passed by voters in Missouri. After Kansas signed sports betting into law in 2022, it took them 75 days to get it up and running. ABC 17's Mitchell Kaminsky joins us live in studio tonight after speaking with the Missouri Gaming Commission. Mitchell, how soon can we expect to see sports betting in the Show Me State?
Nia, the Missouri Gaming Commission told me today it's still working through its rulemaking process, but it is on track to have sports betting up and running by midsummer. However, no launch has been set. In the meantime, Missouri's neighboring states are cashing in on the Super Bowl.
We're expecting big handle here. I can't tell you exactly if this will be a record breaker. I always expect a record breaker in our 6.5 years of existence. Every Super Bowl has been better than the next.
The Super Bowl is the most bet single-day sporting event in the United States. In 2023, an estimated $16 billion in bets were placed on the game. That skyrocketed to $23 billion in 2024. One of the reasons the Super Bowl is so heavily bet on is the number of prop bets offered. Johnny Avello, a seasoned odds maker with more than a decade of experience, says in this year's game, several prop bets have stood out.
A successful two-point conversion, over 90% of the bets are on that. Overtime, yes. Over 90% of the bets are on that. Doink, that's where the football hits the upright. They're betting on that. Other things they're betting on are Mahomes under passing yards, 252 yards. Hurts longest pass completion, over 32.5 yards. There's some of the singled out props taking some of the heaviest action so far.
Unfortunately for Missouri residents, they want to wager on any of these props, they're going to have to go across state lines, which has allowed Missouri's neighbors to cash in. Kansas collected $1.7 million in sports betting revenue during the Chiefs' 2024 playoff run. During the Super Bowl, the online security firm GeoComply says it blocked more than 430,000 attempts by mobile devices in Missouri from trying to access legal sports books in other states. 48% of those came from Kansas. Once the sports books are up and running, 10% of gambling tax revenue generated would go towards public schools across the state. Now, this is much lower than the states who've already legalized sports betting, with a national average of 19%.
Mitchell, thank you. Missouri also has to pay at least $5 million in licensing fees and tax revenue generated to problem gambling programs in the state.